It is finally over. I did it. I got everything recorded and edited and exported for this episode. And boy, it was a nightmare to work on. Now, before this begins, I'm going to do the changes. You remember that intro I made for 24? Well, I decided to apply it here in VintageTech. Yeah, because I just think it fits perfectly with the jingle rather than the static image. I know it sounds serious, but you get the idea. And secondly, I also put the new end screen. And to accommodate these changes, from now on, at the end of the episode, there will be a little gag. Possibly because due to the new start jingle before the end screen tunes, which may or may not change. Anyway, let's start the episode. Welcome to VintageTech, the show where we talk about, you know what, saying that is getting way old and tiring. So from this point on, when I start an episode, I'll say a funny message instead. Anyway, for this episode, we're going to do something a little different. Instead of talking about tech in general, we are going to talk about something related to tech I talked about previously. In this case, we're going to talk about episodes of TV shows that debuted on DVD. While this may not be the first time I did something different for VintageTech, as episode 11 shows how I make an episode, even though it's out of date, I did talk about Merlin episode, so doing something like this saves me a lot of time and trouble. Now for the episode. I'm going to be saying the obvious. They're known as never before seen episodes, meaning they never appeared on TV until after their home media release. I'm going to put a number here. One episode per show, so that I can narrow it down to what I find. Now, because of how complicated researching some of these are, I'm only going to do 4 examples. I will do my best to explain episodes. Now, without further anchovy, let's begin. Now, before we get into the start of it, I need to explain a few examples of never-before-seen episodes on home media. While some of these aren't DVD examples, I figured I needed to bring them up. Bob the Builder, for example, had some episodes of both the UK and US dub that debuted on both VHS and DVD before airing on TV, like Bob's Boobs. Boobs? What the Bob's Boots, Mr. Beasley's New Friends, and Mucky Muck. The English dub of Curry Ratback Akcha's final 3 episodes debuted on DVD as part of the Fright to the Finish movie, as the Air Ride style episodes English dub were released on TV earlier to coincide with Kirby Air Ride, which means it broke continuity with the series. It should be noted that the Pokemon anime had done special episodes usually to coincide with stuff, like the episodes that featured the Ranger protagonists to coincide with their respective Ranger game. I don't consider them canon though. Then again, the anime is known for teasing Pokemon that would later debut in a future generation. The movies did the same as well. This is unrelated, but I figure I need to bring it up. A lot of people seem to forget that while the Pokemon IP is owned by Nintendo, it's managed by the Pokemon Company, jointly owned by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. This explains why we have Pokemon Funko Pops and, oddly enough, Razer keyboards. Anyway, onto topic. I bent the rules here, but Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Special, Mickey's Great Clubhouse Hunt, debuted on DVD on the same day as its TV debut. Talk about a funny coincidence. and was the first Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episode to be in 16:9. Finally, the Sonic X episode, Pure Chaos, was released on home media 3 months before it aired on TV. Now, those are the interesting examples. Now, here's where the real fun begins. Remember when I said about Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? It aired on the same channel as another preschool show I grew up with, which I talked about in the V-Spawn episode, aka the one you guys recognized VintageTech for. Yep, Little Einsteins, the show I grew up with. Created by the Baby Einstein Company, which at the time was still owned by Disney, and produced by Curious Pictures of codenamed Kids Next Door fame. While I may be cheating here, as Our Huge Adventure is a direct-to-video movie, it's technically an episode. The show ended up on TV later. As such, it also has DVD releases. The early DVD releases include 3 episodes, and later releases include 4 episodes. For this episode, we will be talking about the DVD Team Up for Adventure, the first ever Little Einsteins DVD to include episodes based on the TV show. Released on April 25th of 2006. This DVD includes the episodes How We Became the Little Einsteins, The True Story, I Love to Conduct, and Rocket Safari. That last one was released on DVD before it aired on TV, so it will be the focus for this episode. I'm going to add on here that due to copyright and the length of the episodes, I'll be summarizing the episode instead, especially when I wrote the 3rd and 4th scripts for the episode originally. The episode is about the gang going on a safari to see the animals, until they notice the big problem. The waterfall is causing the animals to flee from the scene. So, what did Rocket do? Well, the stupidest thing he could imagine.
I cannot believe it! Rocket's blocking the water!
Well, Quincy, you shouldn't believe it. Okay, where did that Tom and Jerry clip come from? And did I do that same joke again? This caused Rocket to be stuck between the rocks of the waterfall, so the gang decides to enlist help from the animals in Africa to get Rocket out. For being the first ever Little Einstein's never before seen episode, this one is funny. I mean, the mission is, as far as I know, the only one where the gang never on Rocket for the mission, since he was stuck there. As Quincy and the magic instruments not only put him in danger, but also Leo, June, and Annie. But it's a season 2 episode. There are some cute details in the episode, like Leo taking off his safari hat after he asks the viewer to come on inside of the rocket. In addition, this is one of the few episodes, as far as I know, where the patent sequence began before the mission. Now, this never before seen episode is a trend for many Little Einsteins DVDs, but all mention goes to Rocket's Fire Rescue, which is erroneously called the series finale, despite appearing on DVD first. There are some truths though, as it was one of the final episodes of the show to air on TV. But not only that, but the song on the credits proves otherwise. It's also the only season 2 episode to not have a That's So Silly segment. The reason why I brought it up is because that it's the only episode to not be on Disney+. And I know it also doesn't have the full Our Huge Adventure movie. It does have the episodes from said movie that air on TV. But Rocket's Fire Rescue never appeared here. Now, before we move on, I need to bring up the fact that Little Einsteins has 2 VHS releases. Our Huge Adventure and Climb Aboard Get Ready to Explore. The former was released commercially, while the latter is a demo tape, but contains 3 episodes, making that the only VHS tape of Little Einsteins to contain episodes from the TV show. Ironically, despite being a demo tape, it's very common on eBay, selling for a low price. Now, the reason why I brought it up is because it has the very first episode, Ring Around the Planet, which ever appeared on DVD in the US. Unlike the other 2 Birthday Balloons and Dragon Kite appear on the Mission Celebration and the Legend Golden Pyramid DVDs respectively. While Little Einsteins has 2 VHS tapes, the next show we're going to talk about has more than that, due to it debuting in the 90s. Now, before we move on, after I finish editing this section of the video, the one that I talked about Little Einsteins, I actually decided to purchase the Climb Aboard and Get Ready to Explore VHS mentioned in this section. Possibly because, well, I want to get another VHS tape. Plus, it's good to see those promotional and demo tapes out in the wild. Anyway, let's move on to the next section. SpongeBob SquarePants is Nickelodeon's flagship series. More accurately, their cash cow, as it has a lot of merchandise, including toys, food, and video games, as well as a bunch of home media releases since 2002. As you might expect, SpongeBob has lots of episodes that debuted on home video before they aired on TV, since the first ever SpongeBob DVD, Naco Nonsense and Sponge Buddies. For example, the Bikini Bottom Adventures had all episodes debuting on this DVD before airing on TV. Another example would be the second disc of Season 4 Volume 2 and the complete 12th season. Both have several episodes debuted on DVD before airing on TV, especially the former where all the episodes, except for the best day ever, debuted. There are lots of SpongeBob episodes that debuted on DVD, so I can't list them all. But talking about the specific episode, well, I could pick good old What's-His-Name from Bikini Bottom Adventures or The Gift of Gum from Season 4 Volume 2, but the one I need to do is the episode that's exactly on the DVD, SpongeBob vs. the Big One. The episode involves SpongeBob and the gang finding their way back to Goo Lagoon after a huge wave caused them to separate. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Scooby crash land on a mysterious island where they were told by 5 strangers that the only way to get back to Goo Lagoon is surf there.
I don't know how to surf!
Whoa, chill out, little dude. We can teach you.
After some fails, SpongeBob and the gang were told to see JKL, voiced by Johnny Depp, about the secrets about the mysterious wave, the big one.
Hey, that's what they used to call me!
Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs and Cashy were stranded on a lone surfboard and they encountered the Flying Dutchman.
Ah! It's a Flying Dutchman! Ah! It's some guy I've never seen before!
Another meanwhile, Sandy crashed on a remote island where she survived and thrived and decided to go look for SpongeBob and the gang with her helicopter.
Car 1 to tower. Request clearance.
Roger, Car 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Well, that's simple and all, considering that you would not believe how troublesome it was me to write the first draft! On that note, one thing I did not realize after I finished writing the first draft is that SpongeBob vs. the Big One actually debuted in the Sundance Film Festival nearly 2 months before debuting on DVD. Speaking of which, the DVD features an abridged Mystery Science Theater 3000 parody version with Plankton. Okay, enough SpongeBob. Time for another show. Created by one of the writers of SpongeBob, and who also did that Campfire song. Yep, Phineas and Ferb. The show lasted from 2007 to 2015. Now, the DVD in particular I'm going to talk about is the first one ever to be released, The Fast and the Phineas, as it has a never-before-seen episode on it. One good scare out to do it. The episode involves Phineas and Ferb building a haunted house to cure Isabella's hiccups, all while Candace attempts to hang out with Jeremy, and Perry stopping Dr. Doofenshmirtz from destroying his old mentor's hideout. And this one is one of those character has hiccups plots that got a bit overused. The episode itself has some interesting details, like we get to hear the full Perry the Platypus theme for the first time.
The aquatic, egg-laying mammal of action. He's a furry little flatfoot who'll never flinch from a fray.
As well as in the beginning of the episode, we see Candace call on a banana cause ha ha banana phone joke. A final one includes Perry going through the Ron trash can to enter his lair, as well as Ferb getting yeeted by pressing the piano key on the organ. The haunted house is more surprising than ever. We see crazy things like pop-up ghosts, a haunted roller coaster, dancing skeletons, and a giant floating baby head. On the costume sides, the Fireside Girls, Baljeet, and Buford, all which came to help build the haunted house, and Phineas and Ferb's idea. So they got dressed up as monsters. Phineas and Ferb were dressed as Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, respectively. Funny enough, this won't be the last time Phineas and Ferb parodied Frankenstein. The Fireside Girls all wore some monster costumes, and for Baljeet and Buford, I'll let 2 clips explain themselves.
I am not Baljeet. I am the scariest thing known to man. A failed math test.
Yeah, right. Behold the face of evil. Buford, are you supposed to be Jeremy's little sister? You said you were gonna be something scary.
She is scary, man. She gives me the willies.
Little Susie Johnson gives you the willies.
You know, Baljeet's failed math test costume reminds me of a similar joke in SpongeBob in the episode they debuted the Flying Dutchman.
Look, it's the haunted mattress.
Okay.
Back to Phineas and Ferb. The DVD, which the episode is included in, was released in July 2008, 2 months before the episode was aired on TV in October. You know, my decision to summarize the episodes instead of talking about them in full ended up becoming a blessing in disguise, because the last episode I'm going to talk about is about nearly an hour in length. Yep, I saved the best and oldest for last. And by oldest, I'm talking about the year it was released in, 2003. The Powerpuff Girls Twas the Fight Before Christmas, a holiday-themed episode that was released 2 months before Christmas. Yep, it was released in October of all months. So the plot of the episode is about Princess Mournbuck going to the North Pole after finding a train truck's worth of coal in her closet.
This time, I am gonna be a Powerpuff Girl. And I'm sure not gonna let some elf with a weight problem stop me.
When she arrives, it was discovered that she was on the notorious naughty list. As such, she switches the list to trick Santa, which he was gullible enough until near the end of the special, ensuring chase between her and the girls. Now, how did Mournbuck get so naughty? Well, I'll let the girls do the talking.
You bought the city and legalized crime? You hired Mojo to try and destroy us. You gave us a bar for our birthday? You teamed up with 3 felons and went on a crime spree? You tricked our friend Rabbit into stealing, and then you tattled on her! You're a spoiled brat who's greedy and jealous, and you don't care who you step on to get what you want.
Yeah, those are some callbacks to previous episodes. Speaking of Mojo Jojo, I need to talk about a little tidbit. The first 4 seasons of Powerpuff Girls were animated by Hanna-Barbera, while the rest of the original series, including the movie, were animated by Cartoon Network Studios. The reason why I need to bring that up is to look at the design for Mojo Jojo. Compared to design, see the difference? For context, Mojo Jojo's Hanna-Barbera design shows him as more of a chimpanzee, while his Cartoon Network Studios design shows him more sinister than ever, which fits his trait of him being a supervillain. Despite this, he is shown to have a soft side at times. Oh, and let's not forget the Christmas Story reference.
Who would want a stupid old BB gun?
And the narrator rhymes with each line.
Years that our story unfolds, when our hearts are the warmest, despite all the cold.
Seeing the girls prepare for Christmas Eve with their powers shows that they don't need to use them for crime fighting. There is also one more thing I need to bring up. Despite the focus of the Disney Channel being the DVD release, it was also released on VHS the same day. In fact, not only Twas the Fight Before Christmas, the final Powerpuff Girls VHS release, but also the final Cartoon Network release on VHS. It's great to see the final VHS release of Powerpuff Girls debut an episode before its TV release. Believe it or not, this special wouldn't be the only time a holiday special was released before the holiday season, as it's the SpongeBob Christmas, you know, the SpongeBob special with literally the same plot as Twas the Fight Before Christmas, was released on DVD 1 month before its TV debut. Well, those are all the specific examples I wanted to talk about. Now here's the bonus scene I promised. The redoing of the DVD opening of Toy Story 10th Anniversary Edition. Alright, now that I got this big hunk of junk out, let's do the DVD opening. Let's turn this on. Now let's... Actually, first I gotta go check the DVD, see this case of the DVD I'm redoing. Yes, it's a 16:9, so... Guess I'm gonna have to manually do it. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's put the disc in. Now, unlike my original opening, I will keep the Cinderella shot in for authenticity.
Coming soon to theaters.
Oh, sorry, I better turn it down so I can commentate. Yes, Disney Pixar's new film.
Hi, I'm John Lasseter. I want to tell you about our new movie, Cars. It's a very personal story to me because I grew up in Los Angeles. My father worked for an auto dealership, and I worked there every summer. It was fantastic. And so I've got motor oil running through these veins. I love cars, and I finally put my two passions together, cars and animation.
Hey, are you hearing something?
But I like you already.
Cars is a computer animated...
Okay, hang on. Alright, take two. I'm gonna resume from where we left off. Now, I'm gonna put the lapel mic right on the speakers. Okay? Alright, let's go.
Movie where cars are characters. Cars are alive. Cars live and breathe and think. But there are no humans in this world. And it's a rich story where cars have restaurants, but they're gas stations.
How about some organic fuel?
That freak juice?
They have shoe stores, but they're tire shops. And in this world, race cars are actually athletes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lightning McQueen!
The story has one foot in auto racing.
I'm faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
And 1 foot in old Route 66.
You're in Radiator Springs, the cutest little town in Carburetor County.
And terrific characters. Old cars, new cars, rusty cars, and shiny cars.
I'm a precision instrument with speed and aerodynamics.
You hurt your what?
We found this wonderful, rich world that is so believable and so cool, yet it's inhabited only by cars. If you like metal flake paint with flame jobs, you're gonna love cars. I'll have more news about our movie Cars when Toy Story 2 Special Edition DVD is released in December. So keep an eye out for it on the road ahead.
Walt Disney Pictures presents a Pixar Animation Studios film, Cars. Coming soon to own on DVD and video.
It is coming! It is coming!
Golden Globe winner for Best Motion Picture. The rare sequel that lives up to its predecessor. And on December 26th.
Okay, I'm officially freaked out now.
It will be released from the vault.
To infinity and beyond!
Walt Disney Pictures presents a Pixar Animation Studios film, Toy Story 2, the Special Edition 2-disc DVD.
What are we gonna do, Buzz? Use your head. But I don't want to use my head!
Now you can experience as never before the film that proved there are no small actors, only small parts.
Attacking you, your angry eyes. Just in case.
Prepare yourself.
All right, nobody look till I get my cork back in.
For revelations just discovered.
You killed my father!
No, Buzz. I am your father. And go where no toy has gone before.
I'm a marriage spud, Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
Toy Story 2 2-disc Special Edition DVD.
I'm going to let go of the wall. What? He would.
He would. Perfect for that holiday gift card. Coming December 26th.
You are the only ladies of the household, I presume? There's no one else, Your Grace.
Your Grace! Your Grace! Please, wait!
The beauty. The romance. The magic. Disney's most magical fairy tale.
On the stroke of 12, the spell will be broken.
Digitally restored to its original brilliance.
Salagadoola, menchikaboola, put them together, and what have you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
It's like a wonderful dream come true.
Available for the first time in 10 years. Critics say Cinderella is a sheer joy. It's even better than you remember it. Cinderella's Special Edition. For the first time ever on Disney DVD, October 4th, 2005.
To infinity and beyond!
Okay, a little side note here. If you look at those previews, well, they weren't 4x3, but for some reason they weren't stretched. During mastering, they decided to, put the preview. If the preview was if you notice in that Cinderella preview and the film reels, they decided to leave them unaltered. Yeah, I'm noticing it too. All right, now let's go play the movie. Yeah, play.
Yay!
Well, I guess that's it for this bonus section. Oh, if you're wondering who that robot is in THX logo, well, there's actually a mascot for THX named Tex. He was created by John Lasseter at Pixar. And if you owned Pixar DVDs back in the day, as well as Disney DVDs, you might remember those THX intros. But the Pixar ones, you might remember the robot. Now, ironically enough, despite created for Pixar, Tex actually debuted in not-so-kid-friendly films. The first ever THX Tex intro actually debuted with Independence Day, while the second one debuted with Alien Resurrection. The first THX Tex was shown in the Finding Nemo Disc 2 DVD, as well as Toy Story 2 2005 DVD. Oh, and the Cars DVD as well. While the Moo Can appeared in Monsters Inc., VHS, Finding Nemo Disc 1, as well as Toy Story 10th Anniversary, which is what you saw in the opening, by the way. While Tex 3 did not make an appearance in any Disney or Pixar DVDs, it did appear in theatrical cut version for Cars. That's something to point out. Whew. Man, we're not gonna exit the MMD verse just yet, because we got one more episode to do in the MMD verse, the Atari Jaguar. And thankfully, I already did the MMD scenes around the same time as this episode, which means editing will be quicker than a squirrel. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to the be notified of my latest video. I'll see you later. Bob! Those kids in their favorite rocket ship got hit by a huge tidal wave, and now it's getting right toward us. Uh-oh. Where am I? I am in the land of the giant floating baby head? And, it's this. Princess Mornbooks is a Powerpuff Girl now? And she tricked the Powerpuff Girls into becoming naughty? What kind of place is this?